That layer too good. Then we patches. Shit. 100 notifications? What year is it? Caleb! What year is it? How long have we been asleep? I can't feel my hand!
That one I can.
Oh.
Has it been 4 weeks?
It's been years.
Okay.
Good morning, Internet.
Hey guys, we're here to taco to you guys about gaming news and you.
You guys.
guys.
So I have a tidbit of information. We mentioned it earlier. Evolve, the MOBA-esque game where you group of hunters killing a monster levels up, stuff like that. Turns out it's overhyped.
Oh, Scott, it was dreadful.
Go figure that. It has the same play levels as the was it Tractor Simulator 2.
Wait, it has the same amount of
Yeah,
plays?
so it has the same amount of players at one time as the Tractor Simulator 2, which is a single player game.
Tractor Simulator.
Yeah, game's tight. But yeah, so that's what's going on. I think they already have it, or they're gonna have it out, the DLC for it, in which they have new hunters and monsters and stuff like that.
So what you're saying is it sounds like they're trying to fix their game with a DLC?
Yeah, adding what should have been in the game, and that's a whole nother barrel of apples.
I was so excited. I told you guys this. I was so excited for this game, and I try not to get hyped for games because this happens every time when a game is so hyped.
Yeah.
I mean, Tractor Simulator 2 must have been pretty hyped then in that case.
It's the hit that's coming in from behind.
There you go. Tractor Simulator 2, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the #1 game of the year.
Yep. You heard it here first.
Yeah, I heard it here. Okay. Along with that disappointment, something a little bit on a larger scale happened recently. Our friend of every generation, Mr. Nintendo, has screwed us over, and I didn't expect it. The new 3DS XL, also with a 3DS XL pack with Zelda Majora's Mask, was released a couple weeks ago, and we were surprised to find there were dead pixels on the screen of the DS, as well as broken control pads that did not work. Now these are brand new, out of the box, coming from GameStop and Best Buy. You'd expect a little bit more from Nintendo. It gets worse. It gets worse. They released a DS without chargers. Now, yes, that was my reaction immediately, being told, because I could see some grandma going and buying, a DS for their kid, and now the kid can't play the DS until he goes and buys another charger. That's what I thought. Then I read a little bit more on it. Nintendo kind of justified it by saying it's the exact same as the DSs they've released for years now.
Okay.
So they're assuming that people who had the DSs already have the charger.
Yeah, what am I going to do with two chargers?
Exactly, and it cuts down on the price of the DS already. Okay. So that makes sense. But at the same time, for somebody who doesn't have a DS like me, I have the really, really old DS, so I don't have the connector cord. I have to go out of my way now and make sure I buy the AC charger.
Right. So I just have a question. Could those dead pixels and the D-pads or whatever, could that be an issue with shipping, or?
I mean, I could totally see that being an issue for shipping. Just the problem is it was such a common occurrence. Literally, go on Google and search 3DS XL. Pixel Problem and the list
Okay.
of forums of people who had problems with it.
Okay.
I feel like it has to be a functional problem. It's easy to replace, I
Yeah.
found out.
Okay.
But just the fact that Nintendo made the product that way,
Yeah.
if that many happened, I don't know if it could be just shipping, unless
Okay.
everybody ordered it via FedEx, which we all know how reliable FedEx is.
Okay. Cool. I have here Bloodborne, which is basically Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls-esque game. Incredibly difficult, unforgiving sort of game. You can complete it in 45 minutes if you know the glitches. But other than that, I've heard it's amazing game. The only people that have played it in 45 minutes, kind of know how to manipulate the game. It could also go to show that they didn't play test it very, very thoroughly. But other than that, it's a great game.
I know a lot of friends who really, really enjoyed Bloodborne, and most of them ended up telling me they were upset by the shortness of the game. Besides that glitch, just the game in general is still short. They said they enjoyed it, and then it ended.
Right.
Yeah, like they were a little surprised that they couldn't, with that quality and content of the game, they couldn't make a way to continue the playthrough.
Yeah, and there's another game too called Game Developer Simulator? Game Developer. Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really cool indie game on Steam where you have your own video game developer, whatever. You're a video game developer. You make video games. And you have to choose how you allocate your time. So that just kind of clicked with me, like you have to show how much time you want to put into one thing.
Right. All right, so
I was lost, and my kids could tell.
I forgot an app.
So I got on my phone.
I have Verizon.
So I've been super hyped about Witcher 3, obviously, because Witcher is awesome. Even more excitement coming up for me to wanting to buy this game. Witcher 3 could possibly be over 200 plus hours long. Surprised, because not surprised, because Witcher content is already so dramatic and has so much content in it, but that means that they have put a lot of time into Witcher 3, which is just what I'm waiting for. Not a company who spits out some bullshit, but a company who every single game has enough content for you to feel as a character they cared enough to make it worth your time.
Yeah.
So Witcher 3, ladies and gents, we're getting there. We're getting excited. Getting ready. All right. Through my searching on the internets, I ended up running into an interesting little thing. Now, we know there's been this argument about video game violence for a while, and it still is going on, and there's no way we can get rid of it. No way. It's the same argument about alcohol and marijuana. It's the same argument that will never end, ever. I ran into one that shocked me. While I was online, I ran into an article from a UK magazine talking about school groups threatening to call police on kids playing violent games. When I read the article, it was talking about the schools telling their parents that if they find out kids are playing mature games when they're under the age of it, they will call child services and police to enforce appropriate age of playing.
Like an ESRB rating is law, literally.
Literally, I was a little frightened by this, and this is in the UK, and obviously because America's a lot lighter on these things, but still, it's virtual reality.
Yeah.
It's not real life. So if you're going to go out there and play a game, you're not going out there and you're not committing these crimes.
Right.
So I feel uncomfortable, as you might as well, because we're gamers. And if I sit at home and I play a game and it's considered a crime somewhere, then maybe I should be concerned about where we're going right now as society.
Yeah, and when Caleb told me about that, I took it upon myself, and I'm sure all of you guys have as well, and looked up like studies. And there have been a lot of short-term studies where like, well, if children play a video game, they're going to go outside and they're just going to pummel their kids to death. Well, actually, that's not true. There's been a long-term study that has studied 12 to 17-year-olds, and they studied, they took ESRB ratings. So they took how many violent games have been released that year or that time period, and compared it to how many violent crimes have been committed, and there was no correlation. It also brought into question the ways other studies that have confirmed that they made kids violent, they brought those into question too. So the community, video games have been out long enough where scholarly articles are starting to come out. There's always a long lag between events and, you know, scientists studying it and getting, you know, valid things and not just spur of the moment things.
Right.
So.
And along with that, there's been people going after things like Dragon Ball Z, because when we were kids, we'd like try to fly like Goku would, or try to do those things and end up hurting ourselves, and then automatic respawn by the parent is, I'm gonna sue them.
Yeah, like the Dead Space 2, like your mom plays Dead Space 2, or mothers react to Dead Space 2. That's kind of the same thing where the old lady is just completely overreacting. So it's around us. It's an unfortunate thing, but it's something that we kind of have to, you know, kind of ambassador for and say, no, it actually doesn't make me want to kill people.
Yeah, and we're here to say, like, we're gamers, and I don't know about any of you guys, but me and Cody, we're pretty hardcore gamers, and we're like the most gentle people. I'm not gonna punch somebody because I'm angry. You know, we're not like that. We're gentle, and we are sociable people, so games don't affect that.
Yeah.
But along with that, something that really freaked me out with that exact same subject, the Turkish government called a ban to Minecraft because of its violence. Minecraft, ladies and gentlemen.
Minecraft, the game where the developers were so excited that it was going to be non-violent and no blood.
And 5-year-olds play this game. I have met countless of children who wear Minecraft shirts and their parents play Minecraft with kids. Like, how you have any reason to ban this game?
This game out of all of them.
I feel like we're becoming such a sensitive society. The desensitized and the sensitized, like, it's just going complete opposites.
Right.
Like, the things we should be sensitive to, we're not sensitive to anymore. And the things that don't matter, that don't affect anything, are a huge deal. Huge deal.
Yeah. I can see where you're coming from with that, but I find it really easy to do that. Like, well, our time is the super one because there's so much information and crapping everywhere. But I mean, it's like, you know what? This crap's been going on for so long. You know. But you know how many segments we just had?
Segments? We're on the 4th one.
We are on the 4th one.
The
which
4th
means
segment. Segment 4. Alright, so it's the 444 segments, which means our favorite games coming out with their 4th in the series are happening. Would you like to talk about your 444?
Yeah. So, just a small update on the front of Fallout 4, if you're just joining us. 444 is our segment about Mass Effect 4 and Fallout 4. I cover Fallout, he covers Mass Effect. And so, for Fallout 4, recent tweet all but confirmed. Fallout 4, pretty much, like we said earlier, E3 is probably going to be the greatest opportunity for this momentous occasion. Eric Todd Dellum saying, just did something that will hopefully make all #3dog fans smile.
Okay, that makes me so excited. He's my favorite character on the game. Dog!
Yes, that's what I got.
Sweet, that's a little quick one. As for Mass Effect 4, with recent tweets, it has been almost 100% confirmed that Mass Effect will be released around spring 2016 or fall 2016, and there's a very small chance of it being delayed to 2017. There's always that small chance. There's been some tweets and a lot of commenting from the Mass Effect team about you not needing previous saves from previous games. And as a gamer who spent countless hours playing, that also concerns me because now all of that time does not mean anything. Possibilities that could mean There are some ideas that maybe the plot will be Shepard's attack on the Reapers actually didn't work, and the Reapers are still attacking, and they did not die, which means everybody fled, which means we might continue with the old crew, or it's a prequel to what happened, which has always been the thing that everybody said could possibly be happening. Along with that, there is also a very high chance of it being an online multiplayer again. Hopefully this time a better one, unlike last time with the cooperative battles. But they said it is an online component. So we don't know for sure if it means multiplayer. All we know is it's connected to online somehow. And that could just be the weird Xbox One online connection thing.
Could that also be like StarCraft 2 with just having like a like a BioWare client, kind of like Steam or Origin, where you have to like be on the internet and then you sign in and it kind of like tracks your achievements and stuff.
And that could be possible because Mass Effect 3 did have that. They had a little, well, and 2 had that. They had a little computer on the side. Mass Effect 3 more so because when you played multiplayer, you got more points towards having a better readiness for the Reapers at the end of the game.
Okay.
So that may be the same continuation, or maybe they've done a better job with the online portion of it. All right, and just so you guys know the tweet, I'll show you right here by Jonathan Warner for Mass Effect. Right here, the next Emmy is a great place to jump into the series. No need to worry about saves. That is the little tweet right there about the Mass Effect. All right.
I think I know why they are doing that. It's just so that with a really long series, like people can feel pretty alienated if they didn't jump in at the first or second one. Mm-hmm. So at the fourth one, they're like, let's attract new players and kind of create a welcoming environment for people.
And also that makes it so the people who have previously played the 3 games are like a little fan base in their own. Kind of like the old doctors of Doctor Who. Everybody has their favorite doctor, or my dad would say like, oh, I remember back in the day when that doctor, I liked him, and I never saw him, so I'm not part of that fan base. And finally, along with this gives them an opportunity to possibly remake all of the old Mass Effect games for 1080p for the Xbox One, and they could sell that in a box with the new Mass Effect 4.
Oh, like a gold edition, like they have all the James Bond movies,
or
like
the new
Indiana
Master Chief
Jones.
Collection. Yeah, very similar in that. And I actually would not be upset about that because I do want to play them on the new Xbox One. Also, seeing Mass Effect 1 being remade would be glorious because that was probably one of the best games, in my opinion.
Isn't that a really cool time? Like, movies, they're starting to get remade. Now, video games are starting to get remade. It's like, wow.
It's such a good
This is a happening time.
It is, and this is a good time for gamers. These new generation of consoles, I looked at negatively until I saw this happening. The remakes of, the remakes of Halo and the remakes of so many games. Lara Croft.
Yeah.
They're remaking Lara Croft games. Like, just seeing all these old games that were childhood memories of all of ours being remade so they can be new childhood memories, and it could be cool for us to see it in better graphics. And on top of it all, usually when they remake the game, there's a button you can press to see it the old version. Like in the Halo remake of the first Halo, if you press, I think it's select, it drops it back to the old graphics, so you can see a comparison in-game. It's really cool. Now we have a very serious topic for you guys. I was a huge supporter of GameStop. I get all their magazines. I've had their membership card forever. I don't like how much they screw you over with the prices and returning, but the people there are always super friendly, and they're always extremely helpful, and I got a lot of information from them. I ran into this by accident. A random YouTube video called GameStop is Cheap and Greedy. We'll show you the video right now.
What is up, guys? I am here at a wonderful GameStop dumpster.
Now, we're going to be chiming in this video a little bit more than we would in a normal video because there's so much content in here that needs to be said.
Yeah, there's a lot of crap.
As to stop it, as you can see, the Xbox One boxes. Why are there so many Xbox One boxes in a GameStop dumpster?
Yeah, I don't know why they would be throwing them away unless they're like display models, but even then you save the boxes.
And also there wouldn't be 3 boxes for display models unless this is a gigantic GameStop which does not exist.
Yeah.
Or if it does, obviously I've been missing out on my gaming experience.
Look at all these games that they throw away. So here's something I want to figure out. GameStop, I have a question for you.
Do you have a question? Do you have a question? Yeah, do it. Because we... You have a question? You have a question?
Let's use this bag as an example. Why is it that you throw away all of your items instead of donating them to kids? Let's say we got Madagascar, you could donate this to a hospital. You've cut the disc. Let's say we got Ninja Gaiden. You've cut the disc. Battlefield, you've cut the disc. SOCOM, I'm glad you cut the disc. Call of Duty, cut the disc. MLB, cut the disc. Mass Effect, cut the disc.
And you cut the disc. And you cut the disc. And you cut the disc. You all get cut discs.
You've cut the disc on every single disc there is. And I even found Grand Theft Auto 5 in here. That is a new game. Why would you cut the disc? Halo, cut the disc.
Just want to comment, he didn't even mention the Maddens, he just threw them. He didn't even count them in.
So sports guys that like video games, we're sorry.
It shows the mentality. You walk into any GameStop, 5 cents for that Madden, 5 cents for that Madden. So us as gamers are like, oh Madden, nobody gives a fuck. Oh, Call of Duty.
We got the 7th Call of Duty.
There's another card there.
GameStop. Power to the players? Really? Why don't we go ahead and show everybody else what you're doing as well? An entire box full of, let's see, more games. Whatever this is, you've cut the cord. Controllers, you've cut the cord. Everything in here is broken and useless because you couldn't donate it because y'all are cheap. You buy your games cheap, you sell your games high, and you're cheap. This. I can actually probably still use this. There's no way for you to cut the cord.
Also, I like how the Popeyes was right next to the Call of Duty. I'm just saying. Caleb, dropping the mic.
Point being, let's see, what's the most expensive item you have in here? Turtle Beaches. Did you? Yes, you cut the cord. What is wrong with you people? You can donate this. You can give this to people. You can give this to hospitals. You can actually write that off as a tax write-off. You know what? You may have cut the Turtle Beaches, but I can splice that cable. It's a good thing I know electrical engineering. Whatever this is, you've cut the cord on everything. GameStop, you're horrible. I don't know why you would use this. People can use that, but no. You just want to cut the cord, scratch the disc, not even consider that you could donate this to hospitals, children's hospitals. You could donate this to,
Me.
what are those things where parents don't want their kids?
Okay, so McDonald's ball pit.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Step of the fire station.
Ball pit. Do we call ball
We
pit?
call ball pit, dumpster.
I'm having a mind fart right now because I'm pissed off at you. Let's say I can go in there and buy a brand new game right now and take it back the next day. And I bought it for $60, you'd probably give it back maybe $10 or in-store credit of $11. Then you'll resell the game at about $40, $50. But no. There's just boxes and boxes of stuff in here. Donate your stuff. Because you see how much money you're losing out right now? I mean, you could have even sold these games. These are PS3 games, PS4 games, 360 games. Everything in here. You could have sold all of this. You could have sold all of that. Controllers. I'm just gonna buy all my stuff off Amazon now. I may not donate my stuff, but at least I can make money off of it in a garage sale. I'm disappointed in you guys.
So, you could see what I mean. That is there.
Yeah, that guy's pretty heated.
That guy, he's being a little overdramatic, a little bit,
Yeah.
but
I definitely understand his point.
exactly, his point's pretty straightforward. And you know me, I saw Mass Effect 3 and I almost broke my laptop. There were so many brand new games there. So many brand new games. And if there were a scratched disc, you know, like a normal scratched disc, they repair
Yeah,
it.
right.
That was like cut.
Yes.
That was cut discs.
No.
That was on purpose.
Yep.
And that many games cut in the exact same stroke,
Yeah.
the same way. They cut those cords. They destroyed those games.
Yep. I have an article here from IGN, and it basically says that before, dumpster divers were like well known, so the dumpster divers would go in, salvage whatever, and the person would get like $1,000 a year, and they would like dumpster dive like twice a month.
Wow.
And so they would sell them for really cheap on eBay, and it's brand new equipment. And if you've ever worked in retail before, you know that stuff that sits on the shelf for a long time isn't worth a whole lot, and shelf space is extremely valuable. So you're not just going to take it off the shelf and throw it in the back room. Back room's super crowded, so you kind of have to throw stuff away. So that's what GameStop did. They just threw away stuff that wasn't selling, sitting for a long time. And then they heard about dumpster divers that would go in and take this stuff, salvage it, either sell it, use it for themselves, whatever they wanted to do. So now they start destroying it, and that's kind of known in the retail business. Take it and destroy it so nobody else can use it. And they're coming over huge criticism by a lot of people, including the guy in the video and myself included. Even though I'm a little skeptical because you got to figure out shipping and stuff like that. But to me, that's such a good cause, and it's so worth it. Even if you're like a slime ball, you got to recognize that PR. That is awesome for PR.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, even if you don't care, and you're throwing it away anyways. So why?
Yes. And regarding that video, GameStop, of course, did a rebuttal for it, saying we do routinely give our partners, the Ronald McDonald House Charities, Make-A-Wish Foundation, and St. Jude's, these games. Yeah, there's a dumpster full of them. And regarding the dumpster video, quote unquote, it is our company practice to discard or destroy products that are damaged and defective and no longer work or cannot be repaired. It is our understanding that this was the case with the product shown in the video.
No. No.
Bullshit.
No.
First of all, GameStop.
They have facilities. There's one in Texas that I read in here that's specifically designed. They send, stuff to be refurbished, repaired in another workable order. And they have those facilities, so I have no idea.
You're kind of contradicting
Why?
Yourself at this point.
Yeah, you're denying facts that
Yes.
are blatantly obvious.
It's extremely obvious, especially the way that if you saw the video, well, you did see the video right there, those discs were all literally cut the same way. And the equipment was obviously cut right at the beginning. Like, it wasn't like damaged because it was played with.
Yeah.
No, it was obviously cut, all of them.
Yeah.
And the fact that this guy had to put up this YouTube video for us to be aware of that, I don't know, this just sickens me. It makes me sad, because this,
me mad.
and it's video games, which they're lives, video games are lives. You literally just killed an experience that a kid could have had that could have saved his life or made his life better or made his childhood.
Or at least ease the pain.
Yes, ease the pain in like St. Jude's or all of that.
Yeah.
There were dying kids in St. Jude's who this would help them so much.
It's not cool.
Not cool. As the guy quoted, and I totally agree with, you buy your games cheap, you sell your games high, and you're cheap. GameStop, you're horrible, period.
Yeah.
You need to prove yourself to me, GameStop, because at this point, I'm done supporting you, because there's no legitimate, I've not seen a rebuttal from you that makes any of this legitimate.
Well, I mean, there's really no reason to shop there.
No, I could go to eBay and find it cheaper anyway, so unless you step up your game and do something to help out actual gamers, I'm sorry. Nope, I'm not going to be that guy that supports this kind of crap.
Sure, yeah.
So to get a high note going, there is a video for Witcher 3 that is an MLG gaming joke for the Witcher 3 trailer. Pop it in right now.
And if you guys have not ventured into the MLG video game montage parody,
There's a link to my channel right now in which I played a game with that in it, right here on my face.
in your face.
Click on my face to go to that video.
Click on his face. Face.
Face.
As always, I am Civulator.
And I'm Classy Mac.
Thank you for tuning in.